to appraise these treasures and hope to make a deal with our collector to trade one of their precious gems for an elusive item that's been on their wish list.
Hey there, Patrick and Harold.
Mercy.
Will there be a trade? It's the collector's call. Today we're in a Tennessee town that's all about Dolly. There's Dollywood, her wildly popular amusement park. And then there's Patrick and Harold's home, jam-packed with possibly the world's largest Dolly Parton memorabilia collection. Even Dolly's checked it out.
We have literally crammed so much Dolly in it, it's just like busting out the seam.
Joining Patrick is his partner Harold, who admits he wasn't even a Dolly fan before Patrick made him listen to her music.
I hated country music, to be honest with you. It was depressing, but she grows on me.
We've brought along certified appraiser Judy Martin, who says this Dolly collection belongs in a museum.
The whole house is Dolly, but they shouldn't keep it just to themselves. I think the public would be more than happy to come and see it.
Today, Judy will evaluate this massive collection and later try to trade a special Dolly item she's brought for one of the guy's beloved Dolly collectibles. Will our collectors agree to give up one of their precious Dollies? As always, it's the collector's call. Welcome to Collector's Call. We are coming to you from Tennessee, home of Dollywood. We have Harold and Patrick, and they are Dolly Parton fans, collectors. Are you both collectors? How did this even get started?
I started first, and then after I met Harold, he tells everybody that I Dollyized him.
What does it take to become Dollyized?
Well, he kind of had to force me to listen to her music.
You either do it, love her, or you don't, but I'm going to continue loving her. So I kept playing over it, and he got, oh my God, you're still going. Okay.
We have brought our expert and appraiser, Judy, one of our favorites, because she does know her stuff. Judy's going to tell us how well you've done with these collectibles.
These guys have really collected some prime pieces that nobody else has. Good collecting.
Ooh, this is going to be a great show of really celebrating a worthy woman, and I just can't wait to get started. What is the first thing you're going to show me?
We have the bedroom ensemble that was personally owned and used by Dolly Parton that come out of her apartment in Dollywood.
Wow! How did you get that?
It was at an auction for the Dr. Robert F. Thomas Foundation. Dolly started this auction to raise money for hospitals and whatever the community needs.
So this was in Dollywood. Was this just where she stayed when she was working there?
Well, it was used whenever she needed to take a break and for entertaining. We won an auction to spend the night and the weekend in that apartment.
That was a magical experience. She decided to put it up for auction, so it's here now.
How much did you win the auction for?
This one kind of hurt, man. We paid $15,000 for it.
Between you and me, that doesn't sound terrible for a bedroom ensemble that Dolly
That's true.
Parton used.
I didn't think so.
But let's see what Judy has to say. Judy, $15,000 for a bedroom ensemble that Dolly Parton used. What do you think?
Well, it's a powder-coated wrought iron, very curly cube, lovely bed, California king, plus there are 2 end tables, plus the lamps, very feminine satin bedding that goes with it, very much of a Dollywood feel. So if you paid $15,000 at a charity auction, remember you're paying a little bit more because it's going to charity. Today, you're probably looking at a value of maybe $20,000, $25,000 for that bed suite.
Good job, Harold. Good job, Patrick.
That was a good buy. She is not selling her personal items that much. She's hard to find. Really hard to find.
What's next?
We're going to show you a pink satin robe with the matching high heel shoes. Got better bows on the shoes. She was going to wear it in the Wild Texas Wind movie, but it got replaced with a bright red one. Then she autographed it.
Ooh, lovely.
It was made for the movie Wild Texas Wind, and they started taping everything. They didn't like the look, so they changed it, and it went from pink to bright red.
How did you get it?
To a private collector.
So how much did you end up paying for this?
About $2,000.
So, Judy?
Well, I've seen shots of her in that red outfit, but because they have the pink one, not the red one, and because she didn't wear it on camera, it doesn't get the bump up if it was in the movie. So if you paid about $2,000 for it, I don't think it's worth much more today in the market than $3,000. Have you had Dolly confirm that she was supposed to wear that outfit?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever she come to the house, she was so amazed of what we had.
That's important for provenance and for the historical matter of that piece of property.
Okay.
Judy just kind of jumped right over it. But yes, when Dolly was over at the house, she confirmed that this was what she was supposed to wear in the movie.
Yeah.
She was just in the neighborhood. Come on, give me details.
We was expecting the curator from the Dollywood Museum to come to the house to look to see what we could put inside the museum at Dollywood. And that's who we thought was at the door. And she just walked in.
I don't think you can get better provenance than the actual artist coming to your home and telling you the story behind the actual object. So basically, it's a historical landmark, your home.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? I mean...
Up next on Collector's Call, Dolly Parton's real-life courtroom drama becomes a treasured part of Patrick and Harold's collection. And later,
I'm happy to be here on Collector's Call.
we're with Patrick and Harold, who are busting out their over-the-top Dolly memorabilia collection. Also joining the Parton party is our expert Judy, who will praise their fabulous collection and then try convincing them to make a trade. But first, there's much more Dolly to see. What do you have?
The next item in the collection is a very well-known, very unique item by her designer, Tony Chase. It's the white rhinestone outfit right behind us here.
They have to have a classic, iconic, glamorous, rhinestone-studded costume in their collection, or they would just not be fanatics of Dolly Parton.
We got the boots to
And we
go
got
with
the
it.
boots to go with it.
Having the boots is the complete outfit. What makes this particular outfit unique or special?
Because all the glitz and glamour, like that's Dolly. I mean, all these stones is put on by hand. And as you can see, it's encrusted everywhere.
Is it really heavy?
Yes, it weighs about 50 pounds.
And she probably barely weighs twice that.
Right.
Yeah, really.
Where did you find this?
It was another private collector.
Well, it's a very special one to have,
Yes, it is.
because it does feel very quintessential Dolly. So, how much did you pay for it?
$3,000.
Judy, how'd they do on this one?
This is iconic, Dolly. This is unbelievable. Tony Chase liked big girls, and Dolly had big girls. In today's market, that gown would probably be $3,500, $4,000 easy. It is the epitome of what you think of when you look at Dolly Parton. That's what she's supposed to look like. That's really Dolly Parton to the T.
What else do you have for us?
We have a very unusual piece of art. It's a sketch of Dolly in a courtroom when she was being sued for copyright infringement on the song 9 to 5.
Wow, that is a very unique piece. And yes, Judy, is this considered art?
Oh, sure. It's art from about the mid-1800s in the United States. They did sketches in courtrooms until they allowed cameras. That's how people knew who was in the courtroom, what the person was wearing, things like that. It's important artwork. It's historical. And the artist is David Rose. And he actually worked for Disney Studios and was a well-known artist and a well-known courtroom artist.
David Rose even signed it. Dolly also autographed it.
Wow.
And this was actually the day that they rendered the verdict of not guilty.
It was about the song 9 to 5, and someone had said that she had kind of plagiarized their song. And they sued her for $1 million. The jury found her innocent in 38 minutes.
I'm really fascinated by this. How did you come upon this piece of art?
This was this was on eBay. Patrick likes to watch eBay and see what's out there, and we just happened upon this, and it's such an unusual piece, we had to have it.
I wish I had seen it on eBay, but I probably wouldn't have won it because he sounds like he's one of those snipers. So how much did you end up paying for this beautiful piece of artwork?
We only paid $500 for it.
$500. Wow. I just love it. And it was signed? Judy, tell me. That seems like a fabulous deal.
Yeah, that's a great deal for a Dolly piece in a courtroom by a well-known artist. I think today the market would be $1,000 to $1,500. She's fabulous in that piece, and her hair is big. You look at that and you go, oh, that's Dolly Parton.
So what do we have next?
We have a very special piece of our collection. It's a banjo that Dolly toured with in the 70s. She nicknamed it her Applejack banjo, that she played the Applejack song with.
Wow, what a treasure. How did you get that?
We got that from another auction from the Robert F. Thomas Foundation.
In recognition of the doctor that delivered her, Dr. Robert F. Thomas.
You've mentioned it before. Tell us a little bit about this foundation and why it's important to her.
Well, this is the doctor that brought her into the world. If it wasn't for him, we would be having all this wonderful music. And the foundation raises money for the hospital, it needs equipment, ambulances, anything the community needs. We try to raise money for it.
So she is giving back to the community that helped raise her. What a beautiful person she is.
For the last time we went to the auction, we raised money for portable defibrillators that goes on the ambulances. We got the banjo, but it's more about, we met a woman that was saved by one of the defibrillators that we helped raise money for.
That must feel pretty good.
We got something, but it's more we donated to help save somebody's lives.
Absolutely. So this particular Applejack banjo, tell me a little bit more about it.
They come in the original case with the ruby red ribbon tied to the handle. She used to fly a commercial, and whenever they picked up her luggage, they knew it was hers. And then it has her luggage tag where she signed it.
And so you bought this at an auction, was donated to charity. How much did you invest?
$2,000.
So, Judy, how did they do?
Well, they did great. I think Dolly plays maybe 11 different instruments. I want to know how she plays these string instruments with her fingernails, but she's really prolific in her musical talents. I think today the Applejack banjo would have a value of about $3,000.
Somebody's life was saved by money that we donated. You can't put a price on that.
Coming up on Collector's Call. Well, hello, Dolly. Our collectors show off a Dolly collectible she brought over herself. And later, why Judy's trade offer proves Dolly is one of the most beloved country superstars ever. We're back as Judy appraises Patrick and Harold's collection and then offers a trade that makes the country boys cry. But first, there's more Dolly to see. I can't wait to see what's next.
Well, you'll be in shock and awe. These are a pair of shoes that Dolly personally brought for a housewarming gift when she comes to the house.
We weren't expecting anything. We weren't even expecting her.
We had talked to Dollywood, and they was coming to the house because they was interested in putting my outfit in her museum. So we was expecting the curator, knock, knock, knock. And then she said, Patrick, Harold, and walked all the way in. She said, you was expecting somebody else. Well, who else would know more about my outfit but me? And then she'd give me a big hug, and give Harold a big hug, and I was trying not to cry.
Wow, what a special story. My goodness, look at those.
These heels are 7-inch heels.
7-inch heels? How does she not fall down?
And these are kind of like photograph shoes she only wears for pictures and stuff. There's a picture of her wearing them, then she autographed it.
Wow, what a special gift.
They were in her museum at Dollywood. She wore them. She put them on. She took a picture of them in them.
So she had worn these in a photo shoot before, and then she brought them to you as a housewarming gift?
Yes.
Best housewarming gift ever, right there. Mic drop. So, how many times have you met her?
Probably 20 times.
Wow.
She's only come to the house once. You know, we wish she'd come back.
So, Judy, I mean, these were a gift, but what would they be worth?
We're in the $1,500, $2,000 range on those. That's amazing that she was a gift, and that's certainly authentication.
What makes them so valuable?
They're hers, and they're custom made for her, and they're autographed, and they were worn by her, and you have a picture, and those are amazing shoes. They're very iconic. They're Dolly shoes.
Yeah, she's an amazing woman.
Yes.
I think she gets better with age.
I love Dolly Parton, what she represents, what she's given back to the community, what she's done as an artist, and just a really good person. So guys, I understand you have combined your love of Dolly and doll making, or what have you done?
Well, we have combined the love of Dolly Parton into the doll making process. I kind of fell into a real deep, dark depression over the last 4 or 5 years, and the doll making was kind of a therapy for me. I saw the picture of a doll that's similar to her face, and I thought, oh, I can change her to what I need to be.
And have you been able to gift one of these dolls to Dolly?
We did a doll for her. It was a costume that she wore in a music video, but it was exactly like the picture of it. The doll even has nails.
I love that.
And I was able to give it to her.
Wow, how special.
I was never able to have kids, but the dolls are my kids. So she has one of my children.
That is a great honor. Absolutely. Once again, Judy, I am now going to ask you to do the impossible and place an evaluation on their entire collection as seen through this little tiny window. We've seen Dolly's bedroom suite, her satin robe with matching heels, the rhinestone stage outfit with matching boots, the courtroom sketch, her banjo, and an autographed pair of heels. So take it away, Judy.
Based on what we've seen and kind of what you see in the background and what I have surmised having done a little snooping off camera, I think they're probably in the $400,000, $500,000 range with their collection.
Does that number surprise you?
I wasn't expecting that much.
It surprised him more than me.
I always tend to err on the side of caution. That way, if something bad happens, then it's okay.
Oh, good. Good. You don't have to play one of those country sad songs after today's show. So, another thing about Collector's Call is we ask our expert to bring an item that has been on your wish list, and then she keeps her eyes open for something that she will offer in trade. So, Judy, do you want to share what you have your eye on, or do you want to share what you've brought to trade?
So originally, I was eyeballing the banjo. I thought, that would be a cool thing to have. But I did not know that Harold made dolls in the style of Dolly Parton. So I have changed my tune, so to speak. And I would like one of the dolls.
And what have you brought?
Oh, there she comes.
Hey there, Patrick and Harold. This is Dolly. I know you've got all kinds of stuff of mine, and I'm going to give you something special today. I'm going to sign this. I wore this on the 25th anniversary of Dollywood. You probably recognize it. But I'm happy to be here on Collector's Call. Lisa, I've always loved you. Blair. Anyway, here I go, signing your shirt. It's going to say love, Dolly. And I do love you. I've always appreciated the two of you collecting everything you could on me. And so now, you got something else. Bye-bye. Have a wonderful day.
Oh, wow!
Mercy.
That's so special!
That was a total surprise.
Emotional? No, I tried not to cry. It's just Dolly.
Oh, that's sweet that he cried. He loves Dolly. And I think he was touched to his soul. Open the package.
There it is.
Wow, that's really nice.
It's really beautiful. Her heart really is so good
Yeah.
that it comes through in her songs and it comes through in everything.
Yes, that's true.
So we have to make this official because we have to determine whether you're willing to trade one of your dolls for this autographed shirt.
Do you have to send it back to me so I can have it back and hang it in my house?
That'll
Oh, that was sinister.
happen, I'm sure.
Up next, a personal message and an autographed talk from Dolly. Is there any way these guys can say no to Judy's trade offer? To trade, we're back as Harold and Patrick make the easiest decision of their lives.
So, do we have a trade here? Do we have to negotiate? Does Judy get to keep the shirt?
I gotta send Judy a doll now. It's a labor of love, that's all it is. So, I've got a couple of dolls made that I have on display. Unfortunately, I don't have the doll that I made for her.
That's okay. I'll tell you what, if you send me one of these dolls, I will send a donation to the foundation that she's a part of to help the people in her community. In your name, to her, if you send me one of these dolls.
Yeah, I will definitely do that.
You get to keep the shirt and I'll send a donation.
That sounds like a really wonderful trade to me.
Thank you.
Everybody wins.
Yep.
Right. I knew I was a fan of Dolly's before, but this has gone even further. Thank you so much for inviting us into your home. We sure have loved this.
Dolly, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the message you sent and the lovely talk. Words cannot express how much you have done for us throughout the years. And we will always love you, and we'll always be there for you.
We can't thank her from our hearts enough for what she did. And thank you, Miss Dolly, for taking time out of your busy day to do that and for what you gifted. And it means a whole lot to us. And I didn't want to cry.